Welcome to the Begin English podcast, and welcome back to the deep dive.
Hello, everyone.
If you're learning English, I bet you know this feeling, this frustration. You've maybe spent hundreds, thousands of hours learning grammar, memorizing vocabulary lists.
Right, you can read articles, understand pretty complex stuff.
Exactly. But then you open your mouth to actually speak, and it's like gridlock, a total neurological traffic jam.
Mm-hmm. The English is there. You feel it floating around in your head.
But your mouth just won't move fast enough. You can't seem to grab the words.
That freezing moment, that gap between thinking and speaking.
That's exactly what we're diving into today. We're looking for, well, the shortcut, based on what our sources tell us. How do you actually train that specific connection?
That wiring between the brain where the thought happens and the mouth, the physical part that makes the sound.
Yeah, how do we make English just flow automatically?
Well, first, I think we really need to nail down what fluency is, because there's a huge misconception there.
Oh, definitely. People think fluency means accuracy, right?
Yeah.
Perfect grammar, massive vocabulary.
That's the common trap. But the sources we looked at are really clear on this. Fluency isn't primarily about knowing more stuff or being flawless.
It's about connection.
Connection, exactly. It's the speed, the efficiency. Think of it like throughput. How quickly can your brain send a message and your mouth just responds in English?
Without that detour through translation.
Without stopping to translate first. That's the key.
I really like the music analogy you brought up earlier. It captures that shift perfectly.
Like learning the violin.
Yeah, at first you're reading the notes, thinking consciously, okay, finger here, bow like this, that's an A. It's slow, it's clunky.
Deliberate and often jerky, right?
Totally. But fast forward after weeks, months of practice.
Yes, a musician isn't thinking about individual notes anymore. They're thinking about the melody, the feeling, the flow.
And their hands just know what to do. It's automatic muscle memory.
That's it. That's the kind of workout our mouths and brains need for language.
We need to practice until English flows like that music. Smooth, connected.
Where the mouth just knows the rhythm, the sounds, and the brain sends the signal instantly.
Okay, so let's dig into why that flow fails for so many learners. What's the structural issue?
Well, a lot of language learning focuses heavily on input. Reading, listening, vocabulary drills.
Which is great for getting the knowledge in. Your brain understands English intellectually.
Right. The input engine is strong, but the output mechanism, the mouth, often gets neglected.
It's like it hasn't had the physical training.
Exactly. It's physically unprepared for the specific movements English needs. Tongue positions, jaw movements, the rhythm. It's a physical skill.
A skill that hasn't been practiced while we were busy loading up the brain.
Precisely. So what happens when the brain tries to send a message? The mouth isn't ready. It hasn't got that muscle memory.
And you default back to what's comfortable, your native language.
You form the thought there, then you try to translate it piece by piece into English before you dare to speak.
And that is the bottleneck, that translation step.
That's the speed barrier. The sources basically call it a cognitive traffic jam.
Okay, but let's push on that. Why exactly is translating so bad for speed? It feels like multitasking, maybe?
It is, but it's incredibly demanding multitasking. Think about your working memory, the mental space where you juggle information.
Okay.
In your native language, thought-to-speech is mostly automatic, low effort, minimal load on working memory.
Right, it just happens.
But when you translate, you're doing two heavy tasks at once. One, holding the original idea in your head. Two, actively searching your memory for the English words and grammar rules, and then converting it.
Ah, so it's like running two complex programs at the same time on limited RAM.
Exactly. It burns through mental energy and time, overloading your working memory. That pause, that hesitation you feel.
That's the sound of my brain doing a manual lookup.
Pretty much. A manual lookup and conversion, we need to completely bypass that. Build a direct, automatic English road from the idea straight to the English words.
Okay, so the strategy needs two parts then. We can't just focus on one side.
No, it has to be two-pronged. First, focused brain training, getting the thinking automatic.
And then?
Then, dedicated mouth training, building the physical ability to make the sounds, the rhythm, the flow. Attack the disconnect from both ends.
Right, let's start with the brain side. Cognitive training. You mentioned a golden rule.
Stop translating, seriously. It sounds simple, maybe obvious, but it's the absolute foundation for speed.
Non-negotiable.
Completely. If you're constantly filtering English through your native language, you're basically hardwiring a speed limit into your speech.
Okay, so how do we stop translating it? It feels like such an ingrained habit.
You start small. Really small. by hijacking your internal dialogue.
You mean like the voice inside my head?
Exactly. We're not talking about writing mental essays. We're talking micro habits. Forcing yourself, consciously at first, to think in tiny, simple English sentences throughout your day.
So instead of thinking, oh, I'm tired in my first language.
Switch it. Think, I'm tired. Just that. You're building direct links between the concept, being tired, and the English phrase.
We can break this down maybe, like levels of practice.
Yeah, good idea. Level 1, immediate observation. Simple facts or feelings.
Like it's sunny today, or I need water, or where's my phone?
Perfect. Immediate. Simple. Connect the thought directly to the English.
Okay, level 2.
Action description. Narrate your own actions, again, in super simple terms.
So if I'm making coffee.
Think, I'm making coffee, or I'm opening the fridge, putting on my shoes. Keep it real time and basic.
Got it. And level 3.
Simple future planning. Little plans or intentions for the day.
I will call Sarah later. I should check email. Maybe I'll have soup for lunch.
Exactly like that. These tiny, constant repetitions are crucial.
Why? What's happening in the brain?
Every time you make that direct connection concept straight to English, no translation, you're strengthening that neural pathway. It's like paving a dirt road.
Each repetition adds another layer of asphalt.
That's a great way to put it. You're improving the wiring. The goal is automation.
So the thought, time to start work, automatically triggers, okay, let's go. Or, it's go time in English, without any intermediate step.
Precisely. Once the brain retrieves the English automatically, the mouth can follow faster. That's the groundwork.
Okay, I get that for simple things. Coffee, tired, sunny. But what about, I don't know, complex ideas, abstract concepts, something you read in a really dense article? Doesn't the urge to translate just kick in really hard then?
That's a really important point. And yes, the reflex is strong, especially with complexity.
So what do? Just force it?
No, actually, the sources suggest trying to force a complex translation often backfires. It leads to more frustration, longer pauses.
Okay.
The coping mechanism is actually immediate simplification. If you catch yourself starting to translate a complex thought, stop. Consciously. Take a breath. And simplify the core idea down to something you can say easily in English, maybe just 2 or 3 words.
So instead of translating a whole paragraph about economic theory,
maybe you just think, this is complex, or I disagree, or that's interesting.
you're sacrificing precision for speed.
In that moment, yes. You're training your brain to choose the available English path, even if it's simpler, rather than getting stuck trying to translate the perfect complex phrase. It's a mental reset.
Reinforcing the habit of using English, even if it's basic English.
Exactly. Perfection is the enemy here. Connection first.
Okay, so the brain is starting to think more directly in English. Now I need to connect it to the output, the mouth.
Right, and this is where we have to get physical. Speaking is a physical skill.
Like playing sports or an instrument.
Absolutely. Your lips, tongue, jaw, vocal cords, they're all muscles. And they need specific training to make English sounds correctly and efficiently.
Because the movements might be totally different from our native language.
Very different. Think about English vowels like the A in cat or the E in meat. They often require jaw and tongue positions that just don't exist in other languages.
Languages where maybe the mouth doesn't move as much.
Exactly. If you haven't practiced those physical shifts, your articulation will naturally be slower, maybe feel a bit clumsy.
So, technique number 1 for the mouth.
It starts with understanding and practicing connected speech. And maybe doing some warm-ups.
Connected speech.
Yeah.
That's how native speakers kind of blend words together.
Yeah, we're lazy speakers, physically speaking. We don't say every single word perfectly clearly. We link sounds to save effort and speed things up.
Creating that smooth wave you mentioned.
Right, and this is a huge stumbling block for learners who try to pronounce every single word distinctly.
It sounds choppy, unnatural, slow.
So we need to practice the common ways words fuse together.
Okay, give us some examples. What needs to become automatic?
Well, take wanna go, saying the T in want and then to separately is slow.
Natives usually say.
Wanna go. The mouth does one smooth movement. Wanna.
Okay, another one.
Did you eat? Try saying that clearly. It's awkward.
Right.
In fast speech, the D and yam blend. Didja eat? Didja. If you can't make or even hear that blend, you'll struggle with speed.
Got it. More examples. These are really useful.
Sure, how are you? Almost always becomes, how are ya? Hear that flow. How are you?
Yeah, the jaw just keeps moving.
I'm going to is a classic. Becomes I'm gonna.
That's everywhere in casual English.
Absolutely foundational. Needs to be automatic. I'm gonna. And maybe one more. What do you want?
Often, like, what do you want?
What do you want? Exactly. Mastering these contractions, these linkages, is critical for sounding natural and achieving that effortless flow. The mouth needs to do them without thinking.
Okay, so we need to practice those specific sounds. What's the next technique?
Exaggeration, especially at first.
Exaggerate the mouth movements. Like, really overdo it.
Yes. Open your mouth wider, stretch your lips more. Really feel the physical effort of making those English sounds that might feel unfamiliar.
Why exaggeration?
It's like physical therapy or weightlifting. You isolate the muscle, you focus on the movement intensely to build strength and memory.
So really drop the jaw for that A in cat. Round the lips like crazy for...
Precisely. You're forcing the muscles into the correct position. Over time, as the muscle memory builds, the movements will naturally become smaller, more efficient, and more relaxed. But you need that initial push.
Okay, makes sense. Build the memory first. And technique 3.
It's all about the music of English. Mastering rhythm.
Da-doom, da-doom.
Exactly. English is stress-timed, unlike some languages where every syllable gets roughly equal time.
Like Spanish or Japanese, maybe?
Right. In English, we stress the important words nouns, main verbs, adjectives, adverbs, and we kind of rush through or reduce the less important function words.
Articles, prepositions, auxiliary verbs.
Yeah, the little grammar words. This creates that characteristic beat. Da-dium, da-dium.
And getting that rhythm right makes you sound more natural.
Instantly. And it makes you speak faster, more efficiently, because you're not giving equal weight to every single syllable. Your mouth learns the pattern, locks into the flow.
So it's a double whammy, brain training for automatic thoughts.
And mouth training for the physical sounds, the connections, the rhythm.
And together, that's what builds real flowing fluency.
Okay, so we have the methods. Brain training, mouth training. Now, how do we apply this daily? And how does confidence fit in?
Confidence, that's a big one. It feels like you need confidence before you can speak well.
It's often seen that way, but I think it's the other way around. Confidence isn't the result of fluency. It's almost a prerequisite that grows with practice.
How so?
Confidence grows from successful output. Every time you manage to say something and it comes out okay, you build a little more belief.
I actually have a silly personal story about this. High school French. I was awful.
Oh.
Truly. But we had this play, and my one line was, Je suis fatigué, je veux dormir. I'm tired, I want to sleep. Simple.
Okay.
I barely understood the grammar, but I walked home saying it, stood in the mirror saying it, said it in the shower, over and over.
Just drilling the sound.
Purely the sound and the feeling in my mouth. Hundreds of times. When I finally said it in class, it just rolled off the tongue. Perfectly automatic.
Even though you didn't deeply understand it.
Exactly. It was the only thing I said correctly all year, because I drilled the physicality, not just the idea.
That's a fantastic example. It highlights repetition, but also embracing the process, even the awkwardness. You have to repeat, maybe mess up.
Mess up. Yeah, definitely. Correct yourself, repeat again. Force the brain and mouth to sync up through actually doing it.
Which leads to another really powerful tool our sources mentioned, recording yourself.
Oof. That feels awkward just thinking about it.
It is awkward at first, no doubt, but it may be the best way to get objective feedback on how you actually sound.
Why is hearing yourself so important?
Because you can finally analyze your own speech like an outsider. You can hear your rhythm. Are you stressing the right words? You can hear if you're using connected speech or speaking like a textbook.
You can hear where you pause naturally, maybe where you shouldn't be pausing.
Exactly. You can even notice things like how your expression, smiling, looking relaxed, changes your voice quality.
And hearing yourself actually succeed, even on small phrases, that builds the confidence.
Massively. Confidence grows with sound, not silence. The more you hear yourself producing understandable English, the more real it feels, and the less you hesitate next time.
Okay, let's connect this to a real-world example. The sources had that simple cafe scene.
Right. It wasn't complex language, but it showed natural flow.
The exchange was brief. What are you drinking today? I'm having a latte. Then some small talk. It's cold outside. I almost forgot my jacket. That happens to me all the time.
Simple stuff, but listen to the flow. What are you drinking today? Quickly becomes, what are you drinking today?
Stress on drinking and today.
Yep. Reply, I'm having a latte. Clear stress on latte.
Then I almost forgot my jacket. I can hear the rhythm there, almost as quick. Forgot a jacket, get the stress. Daddy, DM.
Perfect. That's real fluency in action. It's about connection and rhythm in these everyday chats, not reciting complex sentences perfectly.
So how do we practice getting that kind of flow?
This brings us to probably the single most effective combined training technique, shadowing.
Shadowing. Okay, explain that.
You listen to a native speaker, good quality audio, someone clear and maybe a bit dynamic, and you speak along with them almost simultaneously.
Trying to copy everything.
Everything, rhythm, intonation, the specific sounds, the pauses, the connected speech, you're aiming to be their echo, their shadow.
So it forces your brain and mouth to work together in real time.
Exactly. You're mimicking the entire pattern, internalizing the musicality. It's less about understanding every word perfectly, more about matching the sound and flow.
Any tips for doing shadowing effectively?
Yes. Choose material that's maybe slightly below your comfort level for comprehension. You don't want your brain struggling with meaning while trying to mimic.
Makes sense. Focus on the sound first.
And start slow if you need to. Use software to slow the audio down slightly. Your main goal is matching the timing, keeping the delay between their voice and yours absolutely tiny, almost zero latency.
What's a common mistake people make?
Listening too much to their own voice as they shadow. They hear imperfections, get self-conscious, and slow down or stop. You have to train yourself to ignore your own voice temporarily and focus all your attention on the sound of the native speaker you're shadowing. Match that model. Don't judge your own output in the moment.
Okay, should we try a few phrases? Practice that connection right now?
Let's do it. Listeners, try this out loud with us. First, slow and clear. Feel the rhythm. I'm learning English every day.
Okay. I'm learning English every day. Really stressing learning English every day.
Good. Now, a bit faster. Let the words connect naturally. I'm learning English every day.
I'm learning English every day. Feels smoother, quicker.
Next one, linking the concepts. My brain and mouth work together. Notice and becomes almost N, brain and mouth.
My brain and mouth work together.
Faster, more connected. My brain and mouth work together.
My brain and mouth work together. Yeah, it flows.
Good. Two more, focusing on the feeling. Slow. Speaking English feels easier now.
Speaking English feels easier now.
Faster, keep the flow.
Yeah,
Speaking English feels easier now.
Speaking English feels easier now. Each time feels a tiny bit more natural.
That's the point. Every repetition strengthens the pathway. Final one, the goal.
With confidence. I can speak with confidence.
I can speak with confidence.
Faster. I can speak with confidence.
I can speak with confidence. It's about the repetition, isn't it? Not getting it perfect the first time.
Absolutely. Every single repetition makes your mouth and brain stronger, more coordinated for English. Okay, time for a quick synthesis. Let's boil this down to the absolute key takeaways. 3 fundamental questions to guide your practice.
Let's do it. Fire away.
Question 1, focusing on the brain. When you have a simple thought, what's better, translating it or thinking directly in English?
Thinking directly in English. Always. Kill the translation habit. Simplify if you have to, but find the direct English path.
Got it. Question 2, focusing on the mouth, the physical part. What helps more for actual speaking, reading quietly, or speaking out loud?
Speaking out loud. No contest. Your mouth needs the physical workout. Articulation builds muscle memory. Reading doesn't.
Right. Input versus output training. And question 3, the big picture goal. For fluency, what matters more, grammatical perfection or connection and flow?
Connection and flow, absolutely. Speed and automaticity come from smooth connections, not from being flawless, but slow.
Perfect. So the core formula seems clear.
Brain first, automatic thinking in simple English. Mouth second. Train the sounds, the rhythm, the connected flow.
And those two working together build the confidence and make the language just come out. Hashtag outro.
You really have dug deep with us today into how fluency actually works. It's not magic.
No, it's definitely not magic. This deep dive shows it's a trainable skill. It takes intention, sure, and repetition.
And that specific physical practice for the mouth.
But it's achievable. Every single time you practice speaking, even if it's just that quiet chat with yourself while making coffee or 2 minutes shadowing some audio,
you're making that English mechanism stronger. Your brain and mouth are learning to be partners.
keep training them both. They really are your best allies on this journey.
And remember that idea of small steps. Consistency is key.
Yeah, even just 5 minutes a day of intentional, non-translating speech practice builds powerful habits over time. It really wires the brain differently.
That consistency is often what separates the learners who break through from those who feel stuck forever.
So as you go about your week, maybe hold on to this last thought.
Yeah.
The ultimate goal isn't just to speak English. It's to get to a point where you stop thinking about speaking English.
When it becomes so automatic, so integrated into your daily life that the practice actually feels, well, maybe even fun, not stressful.
When it feels real, that's when the confidence you've been building really takes flight.
So keep at it. Keep smiling. Keep making sounds. Keep forcing those connections.
We'll catch you on the next deep dive.